Hi, this is Randy Paulson, high school principal at Chatfield High School, and I'd like to welcome back all of the faculty and staff to another great year at CHS, the home of the Gophers. And I'd like to introduce our new staff and give them a special welcome, and that's Tim Willett, who will be our new agriculture STEM teacher, and Abigail Potter, who will be halftime art, and she has a little different type of schedule. She's going to be filling in for Kelly Pent for her halftime in the afternoon. Her mornings will be down in Lanesboro, and she'll be mainly teaching elementary down there, as well as maybe some high school. And then also somebody that we're pretty much everybody's familiar with, Reagan Little, who will be our media para, and we welcome her into our media center. And welcome our new people to the CHS education team. First thing that we want to get to is student planners. Student planners are required for all of our students. All of the homeroom teachers should be getting those planners ready to hand out on the first day of school. Again, all the students will be going to homerooms on the first day. Please use the daily calendar pages for writing passes. In the past, we've had them in the back, and this year I'd like to try to have them right on that day that you're writing the pass, so we don't have to put the date down. We can simply put the time and location, and then that'll also give us more of a clearer record of how often the students are leaving our classrooms. We can take a look at the daily planner and see how that is being used as far as passes. We have the faculty and student parent handbook that's online. Again, I will review the student parent handbook on the first day of school. We also have the discipline matrix, which is online, and I'll be reviewing that with the 7th. And here's what the discipline matrix looks like. You can find the discipline matrix online on the Chatfield webpage under information and in the maroon book. And you can find the maroon book online, and that again is on our webpage going into the staff cloud. And then from the staff cloud you go into information and go down to the maroon book. And here's a location of it. If you want to review this and tap on that, that'll bring you to the maroon book. Emergency procedures, again this year we have 5 fire drills, and that information will be given out later. Lunchtime fire drills, severe weather shelter areas, so we have 1 drill that we do per year, usually do that in the spring of the year. And there will also be the unidentified person procedures. This will all be in the emergency procedures handbook. Intruder emergency action procedure, and the emergency procedures handbook will be given out at the first faculty meeting, which will be in the 2nd week, I believe, of our new school year. This year we'll have 5 intruder emergency action procedures, and one of the things that is happening this year, we will be changing our intruder emergency action procedures a bit. Later on in the first part of October, I'll actually be getting a 2-day training on how to introduce and train the new action procedures for both staff and students. Absences and tardies, first of all, make sure that when you mark a student down for either absent or tardy, that the corrections are made for the next period. An example of that would be if somebody is gone and you mark them down as absent, then they come to class and they are excused, then by the next period you should take them off the list completely. Tardies, mark students down as tardy only if they are unexcused. You got to make that decision as far as whether or not they are excused, and so that's for you to kind of check out. Also, inform the students that if they are tardy, and you simply say to them, Johnny, you're tardy, I'm marking you down as an unexcused tardy, so that when they come and see either Mrs. Olson or myself, they know or can expect that they're going to be seen. Students need to be either in their seats or in the door when the bell rings. One choice, it's your choice as far as either way. They either need to be in your door or they need to be in your seats. That's up to you. If they're not, according to your procedure, as far as if you're expecting them in your seats and they're not, and you mark them down as tardy, they will be considered unexcused tardy. So the other thing is, do not allow students to stand by the door at the end of the class period. Use the full period, so they shouldn't be standing anyway. They should be working, that type of thing. You should keep your students in your seats, and that allows for better control of your classroom. If you have students standing by the door, you can't see what's going on by the front of the door. If you're in back, if you're by the front of the door, you can't see what's going on in the back. Also, when we had substitutes take over, if you're allowing them to stand by the door when the sub comes, more likely they're standing in the hallway because they take it a step further. You release the students, not the bell. Keep that in mind. Even if you're going to allow them to leave when the bell rings, you simply tell them, when the bell rings, you can go. Okay? One of the things that we don't want happen is for you to be in the middle of your lecture and the bell rings and students just get up. This is going to be a school culture, so everybody needs to follow that. So it's just kind of a natural thing for students that when the teacher is talking, whether they're in 7th grade or 10th grade, whether they're in biology or social studies, and the teacher's talking, when the bell rings, it should be a natural thing that they don't move until you say they're free to go. Students that are late to their first hour are the only time that you have them go to the office. We need to get the attendance correct by the end of first hour, so any students that are gone first hour should be turned into the office or told to go to the office to get a pass. We do have a reading program, and that reading program is that we have all students carrying a library book with them at all times, or it could be e-reader, so on their tablet or their portable device, so that's fine too. The people that are in charge of making sure that the 7th and 8th graders get the books is Angela Wegman, and the people that are in charge of 9 through 12 are the SST teachers for 9 through 12. Students can check out books online. One of the things that we discussed at the high school leadership team is that we don't want kids leaving SST, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But instead, if they do need to check out a book, come before school, check it out, after school, check it out, before they go back to lunch or during the midday break or whatever. But otherwise, the best thing is to go online and do it online. Students must have a makeup slip when he or she returns to school. Send students to the office if missing a makeup slip. Let's do that right away, so we don't have somebody missing all day and they still don't have a makeup slip and it's 4th hour. It's good to have them sent right away. Exceptions, if they don't have a makeup slip, of course, would be as if they had an advanced makeup slip, so that they've been gone for a couple of days and they got an advance for it, or they've gone to a school activity and went through the correct procedure and are listed on the field trip list. Removing students from your classroom, it's kind of important that we, again, have a consistency throughout our school. Direct them to the office. So you need to tell them you need to go to the office. Don't say, leave my classroom, because what happens is usually those kids that probably need to go to the office, they're going to have a unique answer when I ask them, why didn't you show up at the office? And, the teacher just told me to leave. Direct them to go to the office so we don't have to have that conversation from the very beginning. If you send them to the office, call or email Mrs. Manahan, Mrs. Dudek. Send a Skyward discipline form, so go out and fill it. So every student that is sent to the office You need to follow the Skyward discipline form. In-school suspension if they don't show. So if they decide that they're going to go down the subway when they're removed from your classroom for discipline reasons, instead of going to the office, we're going to start with an in-school suspension before we even get to the actual consequence for why they were removed. And the other thing is, don't send students to the office just to remove them from your classroom. Okay? The problem with that is, again, it's consistency. So if somebody is just coming to the office and it's just to sit in the office, and then later on the kids ask, well, what happened? Did Mr. Paulson see you or whatever? And no, it didn't. Mr. Paulson didn't see me. Why? Well, they were just sent to the office. So when they're sent to the office, there should be a purpose for that, and that's according to our discipline matrix, and it's because of probably a significant major infraction. We have a little bit of a change here. We got a 3-day rotation instead of in the past we've had actually like a 6-day rotation. The days of the week will be again listed on the top of the bulletin. Our student schedules will have a day 1, 2, or 3, or a day 1, or a day 2, or a day 3. A day 1, 2, 3 would be every day. A day 1 would just be they meet on the first day. On day 2, it would mean that they meet on the second day. And a day 3 would be they meet on every third day. And this is mainly in the 9th and 10th grade. Probably really doesn't affect any other grades, at least not that I know of at this time. So that's our day 1, 2, 3 schedule. Scheduling appointment with myself, one of the things that has kind of changed the procedures here with having contact with me is email. The short questions, it used to be that it was good to have an open door because people could stop by and ask those short questions. And now with email, those short questions are answered by simply writing a quick email and sending it to me. If it's too long to send an email, it probably needs to be something that we sit down and have a chat. Kind of a general rule, if it takes you more than 50 words to explain in an email, probably means that we should probably schedule an appointment and sit down and have a quick chat. Sharon Manahan is the one that schedules my appointments, so be sure to email her or stop and see her to schedule an appointment. And again, this is kind of a rule of thumb, and there's always exceptions to that, and including just short little visits, just a common courtesy visit or whatever the case might be. The other thing is take advantage of Sharon and Terry to answer most of your questions. And if they don't know, the best thing for them to do is probably ask me, so the next 10 people that ask them the question, they'll know what the answer is. So they'll certainly quickly ask me a question about some question that they might not be able to answer and get back to you. Online for students and parents is the the student handbook is online for students and parents to see. A hard book is given out upon request. Last year I don't remember giving out any hard copies to students and parents. And Sharon and Terry might have, but I don't remember giving out any. This year again, I'm planning on reviewing with each class the handbook, and especially any changes that might have occurred in the handbook. All of our teachers are responsible for secondary professional handbook information, so you need to review the professional handbook. And also you need to review the student handbook as well. And both of them are online. And just like the students, if you want a hard copy, you can certainly get a hard copy if that's something that you need or want. But my best suggestion is to take advantage of having it online, and the less paper that you have, the better. This is going to end segment number 1. And go down, tap on segment number 2, and I'll see you in a little bit.